criticism is very, it's shaky, but it's a good attempt. Everybody believes there's more than the GDP is like.
Yes, that's
and the spirit level
is
an empirical support for the idea that more equal countries with a tradition, with a habit, with a culture of the common good, actually have very much higher levels of well-being or happiness or whatever you want to call it than those who are. There is a philosophy, the Ayn Rand philosophy, which is if you're so smart, how come you ain't rich? But that doesn't actually prove to be productive, as the current situation in the US, where I spend a lot of time. It's total chaos there, really.
I just think, for me, there's a sort of gap here in terms of what about the trainers, and what about the parents, and the employers, and if they don't value this, then we can talk about it, but it won't improve. So, for example, those professional, the vet capabilities that were listed, I think they were listed in terms of how they could be produced in people who'd been trained. But what I thought when I looked at it was, well, for that to work, I think those capabilities have to be in the trainers. And I think that, my area is sort of further education in this country, and I think there's a huge amount of dysfunctionality there in terms of the trainers. And I think it's not so much that they don't think vocational education and training is important, but they are kicking against the bit on there about the narrow interpretation of it. Do you know what I mean? Just this very narrow political by this government and others. We just want to actually just show we're trying to do something about unemployment and needs, and so let's have a big push and throw some money in there, and you've just got to deliver it. And we've seen in some countries you can do that incredibly cynically, but even if it's done legitimately, in this country it's still not done well. Do you know what I mean? Because the trainers don't actually believe in what they're doing. And so, not sure where this gets us. It sounds really negative, but I actually think that it's very, I'm very, very interested in this notion of how any type of education can contribute to human flourishing, if you like, and I think